Hello, movie lovers, and welcome to Movie Notes. My wife and I just got back from our Christmas vacation. We're visiting some family, so we saw a couple movies, and now I want to put them out there. So there's going to be a couple of uploads all at once, and the first one that we're going to put up there is Lady Bird. This is one that, if you haven't been following anything, is up for or is on the radar for many awards. It's up for a couple Golden Globes. It's on the radar for the Academy Awards. Everything. It's just one of those movies that is going to have a lot of critical acclaim, and it's one of those movies that I think actually does deserve it. So, Lady Bird, we're following the main character, Christine, played by Saoirse Ronan. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'll put the spelling down here to make sure. I'm really bad at pronunciations, and yeah. But it follows her through her senior year, and it's one of those stories that shows her dynamic of what she's trying to do while still trying to maintain certain aspects of her social life. And from the very beginning, we see where the main conflict of the movie is going to come in. And that is her relationship with her mother, Marion, played by Laurie Metcalf. And if you don't know who that is, she currently is playing Sheldon's mother on The Big Bang Theory. But from the very opening scene, we see that there's tension. There's conflict between the two. The family's going through some hard times, mentions that her father got laid off. And while she understands that there's not much money, she doesn't understand what exactly that means because she's still trying to be that independent person that she really wants to be. I mean, all high school kids go through it, or at some point you go through that some sort of rebellious stage. I mean, I went through it. A lot of people I see go through it. I see it every day teaching in a high school where they're going through all of this. And it was really interesting to see it from this perspective because not only do we have the going through of high school and the rebellious stage, but you have the conflict of the family. You have the fact that she goes to a Catholic high school but wants to go to these artsy schools to the east. And while that's happening, it goes back to the money where they're not going to be able to afford that and everything. It's just a great dynamic of things going on all at once. And throughout the movie, it's basically just a coming-of-age story where Christine goes through high school. One of the biggest rebellious things she has is where the title comes from, and she wants to be called Lady Bird. She does not like the name Christine, and she wants to be called that. And through the whole story, she's reminding people, I want to be called this, I want to be called this, I want to be called this. And some people follow it, some people don't. Okay, and she goes through, like I said, normal rebellious things. A lot of the things that were done in this movie were taken from classic movies like Rebel Without a Cause, some things from Grease, other rebellious movies like that. Some were taken from more modern ones. There was a lot of Mean Girl influence on this. I could tell that from a lot of the shots and a lot of the dialogue on everything but there. But it's just basically her going through her senior year. And some of the things that I really enjoyed about it was the fact that it showed all the aspects. Not only did you get Christine's side of it and her mother's side of it, but you got to see the friends' side of it. You got to see what they were all going through. You got to see what effect Christine had on this. And like I said, it's something that I really see on a daily basis teaching at a high school with these kids going through all of these things all at once. So it was a very well done movie. Script was brilliantly written. I can definitely see why a lot of it's going to be up for sort of some sort of awards. But the one thing that I had to say was not exactly lifelike, and something that I really didn't enjoy was a lot of the reactions of the older mentor figures of Christine. While you have, I know the older people and like the counselors are supposed to keep the kids grounded, you still have to somewhat talk about if there's a chance for them to do something. The whole time Christine's like, I want to go to these New York schools or these East Coast schools, these artsy schools, everything. And they're all saying, well, A, you won't be able to get in because your grades won't do it. Like, literally, they tell it to your face, you're not good enough. Those words came out of one of the counselors' mouths. You're not good enough. Not, you could try harder, or why don't we look at these other ones doing? No, you are not good enough. Now, I went through the public school system. I teach in the public school system. I'm very invested in the public school system. And I don't know if that's a private Catholic type school thing or anything, or if that's just the way this movie was written. But it was one of those things where I was kind of torn between, I like the fact that they're being very upfront about it, and then there's the other side of it where, you still want to keep some sort of idea in their head and kind of nurture what at least they want to try and do through all that. And that was just one thing, probably from my teacher training, that kind of bugged me a little bit about it. But overall, I will say, was this a good movie? Yes, this was a good movie. It was highly entertaining. There was some comedy in here. There were some dark parts. They really did a nice blend of all of that, so I really enjoyed it. Would I recommend it? Yes, I would definitely recommend you go see this. Now, when it comes to age appropriateness, first off, it is rated R, and it's rated R for a good reason, so make sure you follow that as well. But even beyond that, one of these things, in order to understand where this movie is coming from, is you really have to have gone through that rebellious stage. Like I said, I went through it in my high school days. I was really seeing things that I personally did being translated on the screen. It really gave me that personal connection. But I think that would be lost to someone that hasn't quite gone through that sort of rebellious stage yet. So I'd really suggest that if someone wants to go see it, they at least have gone through that. But even if they haven't gone through that, they'll still enjoy it. It's a good movie to go over, and I can see why there's a lot of critical acclaim. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. If you like what you're seeing, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Share this one with your friends. It's kind of a relatively unknown in the mainstream movie, so be sure to share this one and really go see this. Go see this movie. It's great. Thanks for watching, guys. God bless all of you, and that's a wrap.